What's good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion, and I'm back with another reaction video. We got another Xevi video, and this one is Drake's embarrassing beef with Pharrell. Now, for those who don't know, he'll probably say it in the video, but it was like a interview that Pharrell had, and I think one of the questions was, how did it strike you when you found out that Drake was flaunting your chains? And Pharrell's response to that is, it didn't. Um, Very unbothered about all this, but Drake makes it seem like it's a big deal. We need to remember that those are chains that Pharrell had given up. Drake didn't do anything to take those chains away from Pharrell. Pharrell had already let go of those chains. So to act like it's something big, act like that's his legacy, and he even said, like, of course those may be iconic chains for a certain era, but those don't define who I am and the impact that he had on the game. So we're gonna see any other details because Xevi gonna tie it all together. Foe of his channel, he's almost at 500K. Foe of mine, trying to get to 300, and yeah, appreciate y'all rocking with us and everything like that.
So what Pharrell just said to Drake sums Drake up perfectly. Now, for those of you that don't know, Drake has been in a long time beef with Pharrell. Now, notice I said Drake has been in a long time beef with Pharrell. Not they were beefing. It's a one-sided beef.
Pharrell does not care.
Now, Drake had a problem. See, this beef is so one-sided that Drake has been trying to get Pharrell to respond for years. Now, let's go back for a second. This whole thing started because Birdman didn't pay Pharrell for a beat. Birdman don't pay anybody.
He doesn't.
Goes way back with Pharrell, said, "You suck, Birdman." Lil Wayne, who was like a son to Birdman, said, "Who suck, Pusha T?" Pusha T said, "Well, both of y'all suck." Drake, who was like a son to Lil Wayne, said, "Who suck, Pusha T?" Pusha T said, "Well, all of y'all suck." And
this is pretty much the best way to sum it. Like, it really won't even, like, Pharrell didn't care, but Pusha T had to add something. So then the other guys, underlings, had to act like they cared, but really, come on, bro.
And Pusha T got in a beef. You know that one famous beef, Pusha T versus Drake. The consensus is Pusha T won the battle. But if you know anything about Drake, he ain't gonna let anything go. It's been subtle, but Drake has slid in some shots against Pusha T. Pusha T has been like, Drake said. So he started throwing shots at Pharrell.
Literally, Pusha T does not care. Like, yeah, you got body, Drake, and Pharrell don't care either.
So Drake says,
does not care.
Pharrell decides to sell some of his iconic chains so he can donate the proceeds to small business owners. Drake buys all the chains.
Nice.
Drake starts wearing them in music videos, starts showing them off a little bit, like, "Ooh, I got your chains, now what?" Now in the culture, if you get your chain snatched.
And in one of the disses, Meltdown, which apparently, according to Rick Ross, he didn't even write, but we don't know who wrote that, so that can be just a rumor. But in Meltdown, he pretty much said, "I melted the chains that I bought from your boss," talking about melted Pharrell's chains that he got from, well, you know, Pharrell's chains who's Pusha T, you know, that correlation. Give a fuck about all this heritage shit, which Drake definitely does not give a fuck about that heritage shit. So that bar aged like fine wine. I'm just saying. But yeah, he was throwing shots for a little while, cause that song's almost 2 years old now. But yeah, that's a little bit of context with some of the songs where he was just slight jabs.
Somebody starts wearing it, you know, you look a little silly. But Drake doesn't really understand the culture. Drake thought this was like a diss, but no one even really knew he did this. Because Pharrell didn't get his chain.
For real. The only, like, I really only knew about this, like, became, like, actually aware of this. Because, once again, with Meltdown, I thought he had melted the chains down from Pharrell. So I was just like, oh, okay, he don't even got the chains. He melted it for some weird reason. But then he lied in a track, and he just has them, and then started flexing them in the music video. Well, first it was in the Jumbotron Poppin', Jumbotron shit. Something Jumbotron video that also Lil Yachty wrote. But yeah, he was in that video, and that's where he first was showing off the chains.
Taken, Drake bought them in a business transaction. And worst of all,
exactly.
Pharrell didn't say anything about it. What's he supposed to say? So Drake raises the stakes. He said, I burned the chains in a song. Pharrell said.
That's the song I was talking about. Meltdown. Still
Drake
didn't
said,
care.
I said, Kendrick Lamar slides in and said, boy, we heard what you said.
I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I'll inherit the beef. Fuck all that push and pee. Let me see you push it. Oh my god! Like
I inherit the beef, and that's why Kendrick.
Literally, bro. Like, oh my god.
This to Drake that he's inheriting Pharrell's beef because Pharrell don't want to beef with you, but you can beef with me, Drake. But Drake responds by saying, if Pharrell wants his legacy back, tell him to come get it in my house. Drake said, I said, Kendrick said, boy, we heard.
He like. Bro, and like there were certain Drake fans saying that was like a bar, like, come on, Pharrell, he literally got your legacy in his house. But once again, like I said, and it being painfully clear now, that man does not care. that did not affect him in the slightest at all. Drake is just making it seem like that because, of course, like a materialistic rapper, that would hit a materialistic rapper. But Pharrell is not that. Pharrell has been in the game, is already like, you can tell he's just already past that type of thinking, that type of lifestyle. He does music because he loves music. You know? I can't say the same for Drake. Maybe he does. You know? Certain people will disagree with me on that. And that's perfectly understandable. But Pharrell, you can really tell when you hear about him, it's about music. You got to hear a bunch of other stuff about Drake for Drake to stay relevant. That's all I'm saying.
You're not listening, Drake. You better stay focused or you're going to lose. Drake loses the battle.
Of course.
After he loses...
No, that's actually hilarious.
Boy, we heard what you said. You're not listening, Drake. You better stay focused or you're going to lose.
He lost.
Drake loses the battle. After he loses, an interviewer goes over to Pharrell, and Pharrell finally responds to the chain situation. They said, Pharrell, you got a Lego movie made about you. You GQ's Designer of the Year. You a legendary producer. What you feel about the Drake chain situation? Now, if you know anything about Pharrell, he's not going to act up in an interview. He said, well, I don't feel anything about it. Drake is a fan of hip-hop. He's a fan of the culture.
I like how he's doing that just to see, just as a sign that Pharrell is actually like one of the ultimate peace symbols. Like, no, I'm almost a deity. Like, know how the deities be having like one, is it the right hand up? And then, fuck it. It's either a hand like this or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
About the chains. But this is years in the making. The interviewer's trying to get something going. He says, it didn't affect you? Pharrell said, no. Pharrell literally responds with one word, but...
It didn't. Like, bro, like that shit was wild to me, but not even wild because it's Pharrell. Like, this is kind of what I expected, but just the confirmation is just like, well, yeah, that tracks. That's Pharrell, you know.
Interviewer's credit. He keeps going. He wants to get a scoop. He said, Pharrell said, allow me to explain further.
Allow me to explain further.
When you let go of something, you're supposed to let go of your connection to it as well, not just a physical item.
He's spitting.
I let the chains go. They're gone. If I wanted them, I would have kept them. The interviewer said,
I'm not gonna lie, that is a fire response. And that's real. Run it back for the people who ain't hear it. I'll explain further.
When you let go of something, you're supposed to let go of your connection to it as well, not just a physical item.
Come on.
I let the chains go. They're gone. If I wanted them, I would have kept them.
Facts.
The interviewer said, well, that makes sense. I think the craziest part about it is that's pretty much all Drake's beef. He starts beefing with somebody because he has a problem, and people are like, what? Then Drake will keep doing little things that he thinks are big until you realize, am I beefing with Drake? I think I'm beefing with Drake. It seems like Drake takes little small material things and holds on to them forever mentally. But to everyone else, they're little.
Yep. Man, nah, that was good. That was really good because that's real. Like, You know, like, of course, like, materialistic rappers, it definitely would strike them. But Pharrell let go of that. And that was the perfect way to explain it. When you, like, actually let go of something, you let go of your attachment to that item. So, he doesn't care, you know? If he did care, he would have kept the chains. But he didn't. He gave them away, not even because he was financially unstable, but because he wanted to use it as an opportunity to help out other small businesses. So essentially, Drake flaunting it for beef, ironically, was helping these businesses out by doing that. So of course Pharrell isn't going to care that you have his shades. He just looks at you as the sponsor that helped him out. Not even helped him out, but helped the people in his community out. Of course, your intentions aren't there, but he has no reason to be mad at Drake. No reason to be upset that he's flexing it. And yeah, that was a good video. I feel like that was good to add context to a couple of things, especially with that recent interview getting its rounds and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll probably do more Xevi videos. Like, I might do that Megan Thee Stallion one now that I had seen it. But either way, if y'all like the video, subscribe if you're new, because all we do is chill over here. And with that being said, y'all be great. Y'all be safe. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.